Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Hyperion-Blue-GT champion. We're continuing on in the GT League on Gran Turismo Sport. So, looks like it's time to get ready for a Group 3 Cup on the Amateur League, and this is going to be quite pretty excited. So stay focused and take the checker flag in this Group 3 battle of the bravest pilots. Well, definitely they always says pilots means driver. So I kind of think that there are a lot of Group 3 race cars to be able to be ready to choose. So probably starting out on the Red Bull Ring, well, I kind of think I have a lot of good Group 3 race cars, but I don't know how am I going to have to go and choose. Well, maybe if my mind can also have to think. So this is going to be able to go in by taking a fresh choose for it. So maybe this is going to be quite giving a good moment differences for it. Well, I don't know, folks. Well, I use all the Group 3 race cars, and definitely, well, I kind of think I use the Porsche 911 RSR because that will be quite very good for using the 2018 Le Mans race car sports. So probably that I might be able to think that I should probably have to go and start out with a Volkswagen GTI Vision Gran Turismo Group 3. So this is definitely a good, perfect start for a Red Bull Ring track since Gran Turismo 6. Well, I kind of think I still use it because that might be quite very usable here on the Manufacturers Cup. So probably, yeah, I should probably start out with the Volkswagen GTI Vision GT Group 3. Will be quite giving an excellent start for having the first round of the race. So it looks like I'm starting out in 10th place. That could be quite very good. So definitely car settings is definitely quite giving the same board. So I might be able to do a little quick tune-up adjustment. So I should probably have to be putting on the traction control. So definitely 20 cars are definitely perfect. That might be quite good to be using on the Amateur League board. So probably speaking of which, so I might be able to stick the same thing on the usual, just like the other race car sports. So I might be able to do a little double check if there's another Volkswagen GTI was in it. Yep, I kind of think everything is quite all good for now. Just having different race cars would be quite going on ahead. So let's just get this first round of the race started, because Race 1 of the Group 3 Cup is going underway. Well, I kind of think this is definitely quite pretty exciting. Look at these 3 planes are about to be flying in overboard. Wow, that was quite very cool. Rather than Jetson, looks like seeing the look on the Red Bull planes is definitely just flying around to represent the country of Austria. Now, let's go and take 6 laps for this race, and I'm ready to go for one big excited challenge. Well, even so that most other Group 3 race cars can also use the original design, so that might be all good for now. Just drive like find any official race cars for it. Okay, so let's just take a little bit of steep right turn. Whoa, man, maybe I should probably have to do a brake balance check. So I probably have to stay on the rear, so this is going to be quite getting good just in case. Okay, so definitely that the track variation track of the Red Bull Ring just definitely changed because it is definitely used for competition. Well, I kind of think that Nations Cup and Manufacturer Series is definitely quite very exclusively by use. And look at everyone is here for it. Just a lot of spectators for having a nice debut on the race. They just want to see which one of the favorite race cars are about to win. Okay, so second lap down, only 4 more to go. Wow, I kind of think taking 5 laps since the seasonal events is going to be quite getting enjoyable. Just giving a little extended 6-lap challenge will be giving a little bit of exercise moment. Okay, so keep it in. Always gonna have to have that third corner to be quite going on. Now, 4 more to go, and looks like Toyota Supra is definitely currently in 4th place. But now I'm in 5th place. Now, it's putting up a little adjustment stability hold on the brake balance 3. Well, actually, it's still an MR drivetrain because it is definitely quite perfectly used for racing regulations. Okay, 10 gaps left. Good time still going on up ahead. Okay, slide down. Come on. Hope this Volkswagen GTI Gran Turismo 6 Edition is going to be making its way to 1st place because I'm still using it because I created it. Hoo-hoo-hoo. Pretty much simple first turn to be giving a little steep harder. Well, looks like the Porsche is definitely quite giving the best run for it, trying to catch up to the Volkswagen Beetle. And it looks like the green over here I saw is the Lamborghini Huracan GT3. Well, looks like this is going to be getting a little bit much closer up to be giving a little far sight distance view. Now let's just go in, and looks like I only got 3 more laps to go because this Group 3 Cup is definitely just for the beginning for every Group 3 race car. Well, probably that if other new Gran Turismo players can also join the race for this new event, that will be quite getting the experience to get to know all the Group 3 race cars. Okay, 1 clean pass on the Beetle. Now, time to catch up to the Huracan race car. Well, probably I'm still looking on the comparison of each speed distance for it. It's like only up to 200 kilometers for it. Always got to beware for doing a double check on it. Come on. Always gonna have to drive like a pro because I've been waiting for doing a lot of practice since yesterday. Well, kind of thing. I'm always using the Corvette C7 Group 3 race car for giving a little warm up. Only got a few more gap distance to go, and looks like things about to get coming shorter. It looks like I'm finally making it in on the inside and then take on that small S corner. Yes, looks like the Gran Turismo 6 Volkswagen GTI Vision GT library just finally comes in first. This is going to be quite very excited to have the Volkswagen GTI Vision GT to give out for the good old days. So probably 5th lap is still going on for it, but that might be giving a little spare time for saving for only 1 lap. Well, looks like I'm keeping track of the number of laps on the top right. Good thing this interior view will also give me a little bit of reminder to see how many laps was been taken. Okay, so definitely the gear shifts on the steering wheel could be giving a little bit of, might be helpful whenever it's reached up to be moving on up 7 gears. So definitely the left one is to deep gear when it's definitely backed into one. So I might be able to get starting about the transmission gears and shifting on it. Okay, stay steady. We're going to have this Group 3 car to be intact for it because this is going to be going on for. Okay, very good. Well, probably the BMW M6 is definitely quite coming in for having an awesome event. Well, probably the GTE Pro and the Nürburgring 24-hour race cars is definitely going in for it, and oh snap, oh, that's very close. Looks like that's very closer on the first turn because I just definitely pulling on the late braking turn. So, looks like final lap is going to be on its way. But that was so close that that almost cost out of the clean race bonus. Take a little bit of steep right turn hairpin and then stay on the apex. Now, looks like only got a few less corners to go because this is going to be quite very easier for this track. Well, kind of think that if there's going to be a Group 1 Cup on the professional league, well, I kind of think that this is going to be quite good for prototype race cars to take things up to be professional. Okay, take one last stretch. Then looks like every pit crew and crew chief are about to pulling out their flag banners, and then that was a quite successful first place win on the Group 3 Cup, race number 1. Well, that was pretty awesome that if they're going to have to add 2 new rounds for it because the Group 3 cars are really excited that they could probably have to go for another round. That might be quite very impressive. So, that was a pretty good clean race for today by the first start. So, that makes it up to 87,000 credits. That was pretty good, and that is all set for it. Now, I kind of think that the BMW M6 is definitely quite giving a take it easy moment on the balance of performance. That would be quite very good for it if this is going to have to take a little bit of time to play fair with the other Group 3 cars. So this might be pretty perfect for it. So, looks like Red Bull Ring is done by Achieve Gold. Now, moving on over to the next round of the race. Circuit de Saint-Cloix for 4 laps. So, I really guess that I might be able to go with the French vehicle because this is going to be quite good for it. So, I'll be able to be recommended by country. Well, I really think that I have a lot of French Group 3 race cars, so this is going to be quite very good choice for it. So, looks like I might be able to go with the Renault Sport RS01 GT3 2016 because this is going to be quite very good choice for it because this is going to get pretty much excited to go for. But even so, I'm saving the last round for the Corvette C7. Yep, looks like my UDRS French racing team library is definitely going in to race for the country of France in a fictional track. He's all set and ready for a challenge. So definitely just giving a little change of settings for it. So I might be able to go with the racing hard tires. So that might be giving a little bit of start here since it is definitely on the amateur league. So I'm just gonna have to check on the racing details to see if this is gonna be good. So no balance of performance needed. Just get everything set, and then, well, rolling start is definitely quite giving a good check on it. Okay, now it's all good. Now let's get ready to go. Group 3 Cup race number 2 is going to get excited. Racing on the good sunset, and this is going to be quite good. Well, looks like I'm already starting out on 10th place rather than last place, as I used a few times on the custom race. So let's go and get everything started. Well, I kind of think that the course B layout on Circuit de Santa Clorix is definitely not part of the circuit experience. Well, probably course C is definitely going to be part of it, but, well, actually I just took the last part to get to know all the corners for it. So this is going to be quite very advantage to be aware of any kinds of obstacles. So we really don't want to avoid we're using our Group 3 cars or any other vehicles. So we should probably have to be aware for it. So we'll have to do our best. So probably car numbers is definitely putting in a different way. So we should probably have to be prepared for the next race in the GT League for it. So definitely, we always do this like we're having a Nations Cup and Manufacturers Cup, of course. Okay, so looks like first to take a look at the Mazda Intensa. So definitely, they're always putting on a different car number on it. Okay, take the right turn, not going on the long straight. Ooh, so very close. Good thing I was just giving a little reminder brake check on it. Okay, so keep maintain the pace while letting the Corvette go on ahead, and then take a passive overtake turn on the right turn final corner. Well, that wasn't very bad. Let's take a little steep struggle. Now, only got 2 laps to go. Now only got 12 more gaps to be able to be checking on it. Well, also I'm just gonna have to putting on the brake balance check on the rear. It's going to be putting on 1. Okay, take on the downhill barrier corner, just slide right and left, then take the right turn again and head towards the bridge. Well, I really get that the track variation type is definitely competitive for race cars. I hope it, but I really think that most of the crew chiefs and pit crew are putting up some banner signs, and they should probably have to wave to the other drivers by cheering it at the end of the lap of the race. I'm just gonna have to check in on it and switch it to third person view. Always gonna have to be sure if this is gonna be good for a competition. That's better. Looks like that's a good turn that's been definitely quite going in for a short while. And it looks like well, I kind of think that the BMW M6 Nürburgring 24-hour race car is definitely wants to stay on the first place. Same thing like the last time on each other custom race segment sports. Oh, looks like the Mercedes AMG GT3 really wants to take first place really badly for it. So, looks like time to get going on the dirt lap. So definitely different car number is definitely placed differently rather than the surge car number entry. So I'm just gonna have to keep checking on each other AI vehicles with different car numbers placed on it. Okay, looks like I'm on the dirt lap. Almost there to reach the final lap because looks like the Renault Sport UDRS French Racing Team livery always comes into first to represent the country of France. Well, kind of thing switched back into the interior, so this is going to be giving a little comfortable view. Lights down to the right. Whew, almost get taken damage by a barrier. Alright, so looks like turbocharged range is going to be at 1. That's very good. If this is going to be on range 2, that could be quite very too much speed to be able to get to be built. So definitely what is your favorite Group 3 car that definitely works perfectly on the track during this event? Well, I kind of think that the Volkswagen GTI Vision GT Group 3 is definitely quite getting a good choice on the Red Bull wing since Gran Turismo 6. Well, I kind of think that it was used as a Group X Vision GT concept car. So, looks like time to get ready to head on over to the final lap of the race, and then race number 2 is going to be done until moving on to the last round of the race. Okay, so looks like still going on the behind distance. I should probably have to keep aware of that. Okay, here comes the barrier slide turn. Barrier to go do it. So yeah, I kind of think that course B on Circuit Anti-Chloric is going to be used as a Gr.3 racetrack. Well, probably course C is definitely extreme long distance track, just like Le Mans and the Nürburgring. Well, but it's very challenging for us. So good thing that Polyphony Digital is definitely divided into 3 separate layout courses. So we should probably have to get ready to use it to get to know about any kinds of corners. So I kind of think that course B is definitely a Grand Prix circuit. That might be quite very good for having to find challenging with any other Group 3 or Group 4 cars to be able to like getting in for it, because this is going to be quite perfectly racing competitions by giving a fine start. Okay, so it looks like almost there to reach up to the final turn, and then this is going to be quite good. Race for the country of France for the Renault Sport RS01 GT3. And looks like they're putting up the banner up, and then first place successful win. Ha! Well, always gonna have to putting on the gold told me to be as a good successful Big 3 driver. So, looks like the BMW M6 is always trying to giving in for catching up to the top 3 as usual. Well, I kind of think that if the M-Power Library GTE Pro can also join in for it. So anyway, looks like that's definitely another clean race bonus. Well done. So this is going to be quite good to have that best earnings, and looks like daily workout's complete, but the race is not yet over. So looks like I'll be able to be very focusing for the next round until I'll be able to take the checkered flag, because this is going to be the third time's the charm. So surprisingly, the Nürburgring Nordschleife Ilpe is going to be the most main final round of the challenge. Oh boy, looks like this is going to be very excited to take on the green hell. So, challenge accepted to the Nordschleife Ilpe on the Nürburgring for my Corvette C7 Group 3, and this is going to be quite getting in. This is where all starts out for taking this, and it looks like the M-Power livery has finally accepted its invitation to join the race. So, looks like the walking horse is thus known about the track. This is going to be quite getting a little lucky start. So even so, looks like most other players can also start out at 10th place. So this is going to be one big tricky challenge, since the beta to the final version, and then online competition where it all begins. So looks like race number 3 is going to be at the Nürburgring, and this is going to be very prepared. So I might be able to go and switch my settings to be default. Well, I'm always keeping it for it because this will be able to do it fine. So anything is going to be good. Alright, looks like 6-speed transmission is going to be quite very going excited, and maybe let's check on it and see if there's an Audi R8 definitely wants to join in for it. Well, no sign of the R8. That'll be able to be fine for it until the next update by adding 2 new rounds for the Group 3 Cup. So let's go and take the Nordschleife Ilpe for the final round of the race. Race 3 for Group 3, it's going underway. So let's go and get ready and be aware for any other tough corners to be very cautious. So probably this race can also last for 2 laps around the long distance track. So I'll make sure I'll be keep pushing in to keep the corners very challenging for me. So yeah, definitely this is going to be a one hard ticket to get that clean race bonus to be achieved. So pass all the Group 3 cars without taking any single hit, that will be able to do fine. Okay, going on that upper hill. Okay, so probably adding on the TCS2 will also keep me in track of the speed traction on it, so I'll be able to be very fine. Then the gap distance is definitely quite going in for it. Well, luckily the Corvette CR1 C6 race car can also wants to join in for a Group 3 run. Well, probably it's a GT2 race car, because I really missed that Generation 6 Corvette back in GT6. Oh, so close, and this is going to be one step closer up ahead. Okay, be very careful, just have that apex to keep me track. Okay, stay on it. Squeeze I just really don't want the Empower Library GTE Pro to come in first place because I'm still trying to keep focusing on the struggle. Oh man, no. Oh man, that was so close. That almost gets struck in by causing us to be touched in on the grass. Yeah, that was very challenging, folks. That was very challenging. Now, let's go and catch up to the walking towards BMW M6. One clean, risky, successful pass. Oh man, looks like Yellow Flag just called in. Yeah, I kind of think, oh man, GT by Citroen. Oh, yeah, that's how what happens. That this may cause coming out of the clean race bonus because that will cause an accident for this track. Well, just like the 24 hours of Nürburgring by every year. Well, I cannot believe it that this is going to be a caution race. Well, definitely the GT by Citroen Group 3 just definitely made an accidental moment on the corner. That may result by having a collision crash. Good thing that the Yellow Flag just called in and just putting on the no passing zone. Okay, one pass on the Alfa Romeo 4C. Because I'm really gonna have to be very careful for it. Takes a little bit steady turn on the carousel. Well, good thing I was just practicing since the mission challenge. Okay, so putting back to 1, so it might be able to give a little bit of gap distance decrease, so I might be able to climb up to the first. Okay, so there's the Ferrari and the McLaren are separately shared in the top 3. So it's just gonna go and catch up all through, and definitely the BMW M6 M-Power GTE Pro is definitely in first place. That might be giving a hard challenging for us to face up against the 2 BMW M6. Okay, stay steady. Always gonna have to keep the steering wheel to maintain focusing on the track. Okay, one squeeze inside overtake. Then let me have that focusing to catch up for it. Right, looks like the gap distance is going to be decreasing very shortly. Hope I probably have to reach up to 6 speed before taking on that long straight. M-Power Library is still coming on in first place in the lead, folks. That's how what other Group 3 race cars are. Definitely keep making the main focus on it. Because everything comes out by 8 sectors around the North Italy. Okay, 7 gap distance to be decreased shortly. Hope everybody will also come out of their banner sign on it with all the fictional sponsor logos in it. Alright, stay on it. Just keep maintaining the pace and then do some of the technical corners, and looks like I'm coming closer to the GTE Pro. Final lap is going to be on its way. Looks like this is going to be one last chance. M6 M-Powered GTE Pro is definitely still currently on it. Now I'm still trying to keep focusing on it to be reached up to pass first place for the checkered flag. Okay, so that might be keeping on the hard lap course. There you go. Looks like I'm getting closer. One step brake and then take the little pass on it and do not get any damage on that corner to cause an off-track penalty. Whew, looks like after one lap around the long track for it, because looks like this is going to be good to be reached up in first place for it. I hope the walking tourist BMW M6 is going to be coming in on third place. So looks like I'm still trying to keep focusing to buy some time. There you go. Looks like 2 gaps is definitely going on the way for it. Now, looks like I might be able to have another 6-minute run, and it looks like I've already taken by 3 minutes. So that'll be able to keep focusing on the run without having any further mistakes. Going back to the carousel for taking a little nice, clear, easy turn without any no passing zone on it by the yellow flag. Okay, very good, successful corner pass. Now all I have to do is to steal the part of the corner and then just reach up on over to the long straight, and then this is going to be good. Well, looks like this is going to be quite giving a little long-weighted Group 3 exercise since the competition test. Well, maybe most everybody went over for the manufacturer's cup for the first time since 2016. Well, looks like starting today, looks like this is going to be giving a new set of advanced challenges for any Group 3 car sports. But especially the BMW M6 is definitely quite challenging for as a GT3 race car. So definitely, Notion Ibe is the third round of the highest challenging in the Group 3 Cup. This is going to be giving a little bit of extremely exercise for having most other professional drivers and also to take on the track for it. Looks like the M-Power library comes back by taking a short gap distance. Well, looks like the risk is definitely going on in the long straight. Here we go. So definitely stay on the 2 gap, will be able to just fine. And then it also could be decreasing very slowly, so I might be able to gain up a little bit fast. Okay, keep going. That might be quite giving the distance away for the M-Power library. Okay, take that downhill corner slide in onto the hard part. Takes on the final stretch. And looks like I finally made it. Whew! Looks like 2-lap challenge on the Nürburgring is quite successful. Race done for race number 3 for Group 3 Cup. That was quite very awesome for the best day ever, folks. That was amazing. One event with 3 different Group 3 cars. That was very excited for having this good segment for it. So, as a matter of result, thanks to the GT by Citroën Group 3 by having a failed corner moment, that also to be backed in on 58,000 credits. So, looks like I'll accept that standard earnings, and that might be very okay. So, looks like definitely 2 BMW M6 always wants to climb up to be the top. Just like the usual since the custom race sport, like many last times that I took each segment. So, looks like race number 3 of Group 3 is finally done. So, I kind of think I'll be able to be looking forward for the next 2 rounds for the Group 3 Cup. This event is very competitive for any GT3 race cars that we like. So, probably that new event is going to be quite very good for it because this is the bravest event for all of us that we're about to be prepared. So probably for the next event on the professional league is the Lamborghini Cup. So I might be able to stop at the moment until I should probably have to get a historic race car to participate for this event. So I kind of think no regulation cars has definitely needed in for. So I'm just trying to keep trying for getting a lot of good cars that has to be historic. So, looks like daily workout's finished, and then let's see if this is going to be the usual car. Well, okay, Corvette Stingray convertible could be fair enough. Alright, time for a small reward challenge, and this is going to be good. So I might be able to go and purchase the G5 Chrome for each green section and probably the G5 Liquid Metallic. So that might be very good for the green choice boards because Green for Group 3 means a green light for victory, go. So I really guess that was a pretty impressive event for me, because I kind of like it. It was all challenging for all Group 3 race cars to be able to climb up to be on the top. So definitely the M6 BMW is definitely quite giving a little bit of hard challenging time for it, but probably still has the best horsepower and the best handling. So this is going to be quite giving a little bit of time to have to play fair for any other Group 3 cars who also wants to be in the first place for it. So I kind of think that this is going to be excited to be looking forward for the next 2 rounds to be adding in by update. Well, looks like Group 3 race cars is definitely quite the best racing machine in every FIA motorsport. So folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. And please don't forget to click like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. And don't forget the links on the description down below if you want to see more, if you're interested enough. So I'll be able to continuing on to race again on the Lamborghini Cup in the next GT League event on Gran Turismo Sport. And I'll see you guys next time. Keep on racing, stay cool.